Mike Around the World is going to join us tonight. We are going to get some information from him. Mike is in the chat room standing by. As a matter of fact, is this Mike from around the world now?
Pastor Paul Begley, God bless you, brother.
God bless you, Mike, so much for taking the time out. I know this is not our normal Thursday night.
And it's the beginning of something quite extensive. It is the beginning.
And I agree with you. And
yeah, it's already happening. I believe it's starting to surface. I said this, Pastor Paul, on your show, I believe last week, that this guy believes in Christ Jesus. That guy I'm very familiar with, Kurt, in a different way, though. And it's like a foreshadowing of something else, believe it or not. This is just like a foreshadowing of something that will rock this nation to its core.
When you
it's just slowly working up to it.
Let me ask you, a lot of people are asking over here in the chat room, is this the dream of the stone steps and or the casket dream you had?
Okay, let me clarify something.
Okay.
I'm going to clarify something. When I had the dream of the stone steps first, long before the casket dream, right?
Yes.
On the stone steps, there was a guy being escorted down the stone steps into an armored vehicle. And the people on the streets were implacable. You couldn't reason with them. Soon after that, right after that event, 20 million people die, right? 20 million people died. So in that first dream, the brown cloud came first that had tentacles. It came from the West Coast to the East Coast, and it touched just about everything. I believe that was COVID-19. I do.
Okay.
Then we had the stone steps with this figure up there, and he was escorted down the stone steps into an armored vehicle. The people were they were either full of hatred or fervently supportive, but there was no in between. And as far as you could see, the people they were just like that. There was no in between. And right after that, I looked over the horizon. I could see over the horizon. I was brought back, and missiles started coming in, and 20 million people died.
Yes.
Then I had the other dream.
Okay.
Now I saw these people on that same platform. There were people on that same platform. The person that was on the first stone steps, and I said, I've never seen a face so clearly in a coffin. The person that was on the first stone steps, nobody's, let's just say this young person, because there's a young person involved. When I first had that dream about that coffin, it was shocking because it was a young person in that coffin.
Okay.
It was unexpected, right? It was an unexpected death. But that was that person. That was a young person. But then, Pastor Paul, the same person that was on the stone steps, that same person went through that same fate as that young person.
Okay.
The same exact fate.
Okay.
Right? Now, that event, this person, that event just messed up everything. That everything went off kilter at that point, right? This just changed everything. That part I never did clarify because I had the coffin dream long after I had the stone steps dream.
I see.
Right.
But so they're linked a little bit. They're linked.
Yeah, there's similar elements because one will most certainly share the fate of the unexpected young person. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
So, but as far as the major one that changes everything, no one need to. There's no one. Everybody knows who this person is. Once it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
If it happens, we all pray it does not happen. But like I said before, I've never seen a face so clearly in a coffin.
Yeah.
Never. And that was the first time I ever saw a face that clear in a coffin.
Yeah, and I know who that is, and so you're right. The person you saw in that dream in that coffin, if that happens, it would really rock the nation. Okay.
Right.
It would really, really, really would. Especially if the way they died was due to some type of malice. Okay. Or something like that.
And today was it. Today is like a foreshadowing.
Yeah.
It really is. I strongly believe there's an element within the USA who desires nothing but carnage, nothing but carnage, Pastor Paul. And we're just at this point. I do know that there is no solution to this. This has a spiritual solution, if you want to call it that, but there is no physical solution. There's no normal solution to this. It will continue to build. And I can almost guarantee if what the Lord showed me was anywhere accurate, retaliation is coming. It's an unfortunate retaliation, but
Yeah.
I have to say this before it ever happens. You cannot trust. You can't. People are no longer going to be able to trust what they're seeing. Suppose something happens and it is retaliation,
Hmm.
but in this case, it's a ploy or it's the same
Same.
type thing that happened today, or
Right.
maybe the same groupers. That would spark a lot of tension between people. The only way beyond that is for people to see beyond this evil, right? And to look into the actual problem, which is spiritual,
Yeah.
to really bind up the forces that are acting on these people, to shut them down. For example, instead of people getting angry, they should change the conversation into the work he did and carry that
Yes.
forward.
Yes.
That work could triple or double or
It
whatever the
and
case
it
is and
might.
be highly effective.
Now let me ask you, is there potential that there's a broader agenda at play? And I'm talking about sleeper cells that are in this nation that might be a process where we're going to see multiple different attacks, shootings, uh, poisonings, explosions. Is it possible that there's a
Tractor trailers
broader
hitting police
tractor
officers.
trailers running over police officers on the side of the road?
Hmm.
Is there a possibility that there has been a release or a trigger, or this is it's time, and that there's a plan to
Yes.
completely uh,
Yes.
to tear apart the heart and soul of the country, bring fear, bring chaos,
Yep.
bring war internally?
Mm. That's what terrorism is, which is why they classified this as a terrorist,
It
activity.
was,
Right?
yeah,
Why would they
absolutely.
do that so instantly? And
That's true.
because they know the declaration of some of the forces, right? Some of the drug cartels, some of the other groups that have been kicked out of this nation. They have made their declaration against America. They said they would get back at every political leader, not some of them, all of them. So if
Mm.
anybody's out there and they think they're favored in this thing, they're utterly wrong. In
Oh,
every single case, you're looking at an attack on innocence, is what you're seeing.
so you're
So it's
saying
not
that the guy
not
who
that he.
stabbed the young girl on the train.
Hmm.
Okay, that, and then all of a sudden, Charlie Kirk is shot and assassinated in
Yep.
cold blood in front of people.
Yep.
That these could be stepping stones of a broader plan that we may see more and more and more horrific
We will
things.
see. We will see. And because I believe it's spiritually inspired.
Yeah, I do too.
Not in a good way, it's spiritually inspired. In a large degree, Christians are sheltered from seeing serpents all over the place.
Oh, you're right.
I mean, real snakes,
You're
serpents.
right.
They do not care. Today's incident, they do not care. You'll be able to see it in their faces tomorrow,
Oh,
right?
Lord, you're
Now,
right.
when that flag is draped over that coffin, I can only tell you I've seen this whole thing. I've seen this whole thing. When that flag comes over that coffin, force is coming. Force is coming.
Mm.
Everything else has failed. Everything else has failed. Force is coming. Force is coming. People ought to prepare themselves for that. Force is coming. But I caution everybody. This is also a time they have to stand in their spiritual position with Christ.
Thank you for coming on. It was a blessing to us. God bless you,
All
brother.
right, Pastor Paul, it's an honor. God bless.
God bless.